And now I see with some of the people running for president, they say, well, I wouldn't necessarily do tariffs against China. And it's like, well, look who's funding their campaign. Ken Griffin, Sequoia Capital, Citadel. And we've seen with Sequoia Capital especially, they do billions of dollars. They have connections through Neil Shen.
Yes, Neil Shen.
Neil Shen, bad hombre, as we say.
Yeah.
And he's a CCP agent. And they're doing these deals, and they're buying out politicians. You see the money coming from Sequoia Capital. Sequoia Capital makes billions from Chinese Communist Party connections. So it's a whole swamp, and that's why I am running on, DC drain them. We got to drain the swamp.
Absolutely.
We see the money trail of how it's being done.
And you know who first told the American public that Neil Shen and Sequoia Capital is actually the de facto shadow government of the U.S. It's Mao Zedong, and it's the new federal state of China, the whistleblowing movement.
Yes.
That because we know the dirty secrets, and if you look at the open secrets, you can see how much money Sequoia Capital is giving to the establishment Republicans. Mm-hmm. So they're giving money to both parties, and that's why we have to drain the swamp and take back this country.
Yes. Mike Gallagher, a U.S. congressman, sent a letter to Sequoia Capital and said, start giving us documents on these financial investments you have in Chinese AI, Chinese military tech, TikTok is poisoning our country, and it's run by the Chinese Communist Party. We cannot have that in our country.
Absolutely. There's so many social media are being controlled by the CCP money, including X, including Twitter, because Elon Musk's $44 billion takeover of Twitter is largely financed by Sequoia Capital. And finance, that's CCP money.
Yes, and fortunately, we are still able to speak out against the CCP on X, but, I post very much on Gettr because those are true free speech platforms without any CCP money. So our counter movement is growing. Yeah. It has them scared, and we are trying to stop what the CCP is doing to the Lao Beijing in China with social credit scores and mandatory vaccinations, and you have to get permission to leave your 15-minute city. We are going to make sure that does not come to America, that does not come to Europe, and hopefully we can still save the people of communist China and free them.